In English, we can use S at the end of a noun for plural meaning, right? I have one book. I have two books. I have one car. I have two cars. Also, in simple present tense, when we use he, she, and it, we add the S at the end of a verb. I watch. He watches. I cook. My mom cooks. Pronunciation in English can be hard, and there's not a whole lot of words or a whole lot of examples. However, there is a rule regarding the pronunciation of S at the end of the words. If we look at this top row, if a word ends with CH, SH, SX, or Z, the pronunciation can be IZ. If a word ends in those four words, KFPT, the pronunciation stays the same. In that bottom row, the pronunciation sounds like Z. If we look at this first word, watches. My mom watches Netflix. Watch ends in CH, which is in the top row, so the pronunciation is IZ. She watches Netflix. Miss ends in an S, which is also on the top row, so the pronunciation is also IZ. When I go to work, my cat misses me. Cook, the K in cook, the P in stop are both in that second row, so the pronunciation is the same as the way it looks. She cooks lunch every day. Sounds like an S. Stops. The mailman stops by my house to give me mail. And then if a word ends in G or D, it sounds like Z at the end. With the word ride, we don't pronounce the E at the end. It's spelled R-I-D-E, but when we say the word ride, it sounds like a D. So therefore, because it's the last sound, that's why we use that there. So brings. The student brings water to class. Rides. I have a friend. She rides a horse every weekend. I have a few words down here. I'm going to read these. Try and think what the sound is. Cows. Churches. Drinks. Hits. Fathers. Teaches. Hats. Kings. Carries. Eats. Needs. Foxes. Sleeps. Wants. Dogs. Buses. Kisses. There are many cows. The pronunciation is Z. Churches. In my home state, Texas, there are many churches. The pronunciation sounds like IZ. Drinks. Drinks is the same as the way it looks. It's just an S. My teacher drinks Dr. Pepper every day. This is true. I really love my Dr. Pepper. Hits. The boxer hits his opponent. The S is the same way that it looks. Fathers sounds like a Z. My father's name is Robert. Teaches sounds like IZ. Adam teaches English. Hats. I have many hats. Kings sounds like a Z. In a card game, there are 4 kings. Here, this one can confuse students. The word is carry. Carry. So when I say carry, it already kind of sounds like a Y or an I at the end, right? So we have carry, Z, carries. She carries her books to class. So we just have carry, we add the Z sound at the end. She carries her books. Eats. It's the same way that it looks. She always eats salads. Needs. Sounds like a Z. He needs to find a new job. Foxes. IZ. Foxes. There are many foxes in the forest. Sleeps. She sleeps 6 hours a night. Looks the same way that it sounds. Same thing with wants. My classmate wants a new job. Dogs. My parents have many dogs. Dogs. Sounds like a Z. Buses. There are many buses that take students to school. Sounds like an IZ. And kisses. When I get home, my cat sometimes kisses me. Sounds like an IZ. So I know it's confusing, but S again can sometimes sound like the way it looks, an S. But in these situations, it can also sometimes be a Z or an IZ. Keep on practicing and good luck.